Jai Hind everyone. In this video, we are covering a topic under static GK, that is local winds. So let's get started. Before talking about local winds, we need to know that there are three types of winds that are studied in geography. The first one is permanent winds, like trade winds, which arise due to the rotation of the earth. And the second one we have monsoonal winds, like for example, southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon, which are prevalent only in certain times in a year. And the third category is local winds, which are arised due to specific local conditions, and they are prevalent over certain regions in the world. So in this video we are covering some of the important local winds that are important in the view of examinations. So under that we will be studying two types of local winds, that is warm wind and local cold wind under each continent. In this, the first continent is North America. In North America, first, we'll cover warm winds. The first warm wind is Chinook. So, what is the first warm wind? Chinook, and it is prevalent over two countries, that is USA and Canada. And the second warm wind is Santa Ana. What is the second local wind? That is warm wind, which is Santa Ana, and it is prevalent over California. So these are the two warm winds that are prevalent in North America. But when we come to the cold winds, we have three, that is Norther, Norte, and Blizzard. So what are the cold winds in North America? These are Norther, Norte, and Blizzard. And the warm winds are Chinook, which is prevalent over USA and Canada, whereas Santa Ana is prevalent over California. So these are the warm and cold winds in North America. Now let's move to South America. In South America, the warm wind which we have is Zonda. So what is the warm wind called? Zonda. And the cold winds are Pampero and Pundas. So Pampero and Pundas. Where is Pundas prevalent? It is west of Andes. So to the west of Andes mountains, we can find Pundas local wind. So what is the warm wind in South America? That is Zonda. Whereas the cold winds are Pampero and Pundas. Now in Europe, if we move, the warm winds are Etesians. The first one is Etesians, and the second one is Fawn. Fawn is a warm wind which is prevalent over Alps mountains. So these are the warm winds in Europe, that are Etesians and Fawn. Whereas the cold winds are Hel. The first cold wind is Hel, and the next one is Bor, which travels from Hungary to Italy, northern Italy specifically. So Bor is the cold wind that travels from Hungary to Italy. And then we have the third cold wind, that is Levanter, which is prevalent over which country? That is Spain. And the fourth one is Mistral. So Mistral is prevalent over Alps and France. Now let's go through the warm and cold winds of Europe once again. So the warm winds are Etesians and Fawn, which is prevalent over the Alps mountains. And under cold wind category, we have the first one is Helm. And the second one is Bor, which travels from Hungary to the northern Italy part. And the third one is Levanter, which is prevalent over Spain. And the fourth one is Mistral, which is prevalent over Alps and France. So these are all the warm and cold winds in Europe. Now, if we move to Africa, we can find only warm winds. Now, let's see what are they. The first one is Habub. So what is the first warm wind? That is Habub. And the next one is Sirocco. So Sirocco, it travels from Sahara to Mediterranean Sea. In Sahara, we find red sand. So this Sirocco, this warm wind carries that red soil or red sand, and it dumps it in the shores of Europe. So it results in the red rain, which can be seen online sometimes. So Sirocco travels from Sahara to Mediterranean Sea. Whereas the third one is Khamsin. So where is Khamsin prevalent? Khamsin is prevalent over Egypt. And the fourth warm wind is Berg. So what is the fourth warm wind? That is Berg. And the fifth one is Harmattan. So there is a nickname for the wind, that Harmattan. So what is the nickname? It is Guinea Doctor. So why is it called? So Guinea is a coastal country. Because of this, there is a lot of humidity. But when this Harmattan, which is a dry and warm wind, which when flows through Guinea, it brings some relaxation for the people of Guinea with its dryness. So that's why it is called Guinea Doctor, which is called Guinea Doctor Harmattan. The warm wind Harmattan is called Guinea Doctor. And then we have Solara. So what is Solara? Solara is a warm wind that travels from Sahara to Iberian Peninsula. So which countries are situated on Iberian Peninsula? It is Spain and Portugal. So this Solara travels from Sahara to Iberian Peninsula. So let's go through the warm winds in Africa once again. So the first one is Habub. Second one, Sirocco, which travels from Sahara to Mediterranean Sea. And the third local wind is Khamsin, which is prevalent over Egypt. And the fourth one is Berk. The fifth warm wind is Harmattan, which is also nicknamed as Guinea Doctor. And the last one is Solara, which travels from Sahara to Iberian Peninsula. And in Asia, the next two, in Asia, the warm winds are Karaburan. So what is the first one? Karaburan. What is Karaburan? It is a warm wind. Where is it prevalent? It is prevalent over Central Asia. So Karaburan is prevalent over Central Asia. And also the next one is Lu. So Lu is also a warm wind and its impact is sometimes seen in the northern parts of the India also. So Lu is also a warm wind. And then we have Purga or Buran, which is a cold wind. So Purga or Buran is a cold wind which is prevalent in Russia. So these are the warm and cold winds of Asia. And the last continent, that is Australia. In Australia, under Australia category, we have two warm winds, that is Brickfielder. So the first one is Brickfielder. So Brickfielder, and then the second one is Nor'wester. So where is it prevalent? Nor'wester is prevalent over New Zealand. The two warm winds in Australia are Brickfielder and Nor'wester, where Nor'wester is prevalent over New Zealand. And the cold wind, which is in Australia, which flows in Australia, is southerly. So the cold wind in Australia is southerly. So these are all the local winds of continents that range from North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia. So I think it makes good explanation to remember the warm winds and cold winds for each continent that are important in the view of examination. Thank you. If you think if the video is beneficial, please like and share the video. Let's meet in the next class with some other topic that is important under static GK for the examinations. Jai Hind.